Hi, and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a new feature that we're really excited about. It's a new assignment center experience that's going to be available for students and parents. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the experience from a student's point of view. I've gone ahead and logged into my demo environment, and I'm impersonating one of my students. The first thing that you may notice is that the student will still have access to the old assignment center experience. When the new assignment experience is turned on, students will be able to navigate between the old assignment center and the new assignment center. We know that change management sometimes takes time, and because of that, we don't want to force any student into only utilizing the new assignment center. As such, until the summer of 2024, given that the new experience is turned on, students will have the ability to use the old assignment center in addition to the new assignment center. If I want to get to the new assignment center, the student may either go to My Day, New Assignment Center, or select New Assignment Center from the menu toolbar. From here, depending on how you have configured your admin settings, the student will land on either the list view of the assignment center, which is what we're looking at now, or the calendar view, which we'll take a look at here in just a little bit. In the list view of the assignment center, we've gone ahead and centered everything around the due date. So you'll notice that here the student has a series of headers related to various times throughout the future. So we have things that are due today, things that are due tomorrow, due this week, due next week, and due after next week. Next to each of these headers, we also have a number. That number corresponds to the total number of assignments that relate to that given header. The student is also able to expand and collapse these various headers. That way they can focus on the work that is most important to them. Students also have access to an additional header called Missing or Overdue. Any assignments that have either been marked as missing or are overdue will automatically display in this header for the student. From here, the student can get an idea of any kind of assignments that they may need to take action on. The student also has access to being able to see past assignments. So if we select the assignment view past assignment option, from here we can see that our headers have changed. We now have due this week, due last week, and due before last week. From here, the student is able to access assignments in the past and get to any kind of graded information that they may need to see for their various assignments. On the left, you'll notice here that we have a series of additional filters that the student otherwise didn't previously have access to. First, we have a series of filters based on class. Each of these filters also correspond to a given color. You'll notice that the student has the ability to see assignments based on that color code setting. The student can also set these colors themselves, and we'll take a look at where to do that in just a little bit. The student can also filter on the status of an assignment, and if the teacher has marked their assignment as anything in particular, the student is able to filter for those particular assignments as well. Up on the top, the student has access to a More setting. They can click on this, click View Edit Settings, to access that color selector that we were talking about earlier. The student can change the color that a particular class is associated with by selecting the color, picking a new color in the color selector, and then clicking Apply. Once that's done, they can go ahead and click Save, and that will save their newly reflected color in the new assignment center. The student also has the ability to either show or hide some information if they don't find it relative to them. For example, the student can go ahead and hide the class name if they choose to, or they could hide the assignment format or the assignment type. Again, these are settings that are enabled on a student-by-student basis, and they have control over what it is that they see or don't see in their assignment center. Clicking Save makes those settings then take effect. Students also have the ability to add tasks. Now, we've gone ahead and updated tasks in our system. A couple of new options for students is they can still add a task. They can name it whatever they'd like. But from here, they have a classes drop-down. They can select which class they want the task assigned to. So for example, we can select underwater basket weaving. And they can also assign it to an existing assignment. So from here, the student can click into the search, click Show More, and then select which particular assignment they want to assign the task to. The student can give the task a due date and a due time. And then they can also mark which status the task is in. Clicking Save will go ahead and add that to the given assignment. And we'll take a look at that here in just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and go back to our active assignments. From here, the student also has the ability to go to a calendar view. So on the top right hand corner, there is a toggle. If they select the calendar option, they will be brought to the calendar view. What we're looking at here is the week view. So within the calendar, the student can either see their assignments based on the month, based on the week, or based on a given day. From here, the student also has the ability to click into an assignment to then be brought to that new assignment page. The student can also select the status of an assignment and change it and save, which will automatically then reflect in their new assignment center. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the new assignment submission screen that was constructed. So as a student, when I want to go in and actually look at one of my assignments from either the list view or the calendar view, all I have to do is click into the title of the assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with my Tuesday entrance ticket. And from here, the student's going to be brought to the revamped assignment submission screen. The student has a couple of additional options available to them here that they haven't had previously. A few additional benefits: we've moved this particular screen to Sky UX, which makes this experience much more mobile friendly. Now, as a student, if my assignment requires online submission, then I'll have access to a text box and a file upload box. From here, the student is able to click into the pencil icon. They still see the description of their assignment, and they can respond to any prompts that the teacher left for them. From here, the student can go ahead and click Save and Close. That will save our text to our text box, and it will unlock the Submit Assignment button for the student. Likewise, if a student selects a file to attach from their machine, or if your school is using the Google Drive integration, once a file has been added to this particular screen, the Submit button will also unlock. The student also has access to a couple of enablement features that we've embedded directly onto this page. On the page, we have what are called actionable areas. We have one in associated tasks, one for files, and one up in the header. When a student clicks into one of these actionable areas, they'll be brought to a pop-up window that links them to an embedded video that explains that particular box in more detail. For example, this option here in associated tasks links to a video that specifically goes over how the student can manage tasks themselves. Likewise, when we come down to the file upload area, we get a video that explains to the student how to ultimately upload a file. We wanted to embed some innate help material directly for the students. That way, as they're utilizing this new experience, they have some help along the way. Something else that students are able to do is add tasks directly to their assignments from the screen. In order to add a task, all the student has to do is click the Add Task option in the associated task box, give the task some kind of a name, give the task a due date and a due time, and then they can also go ahead and select which status they want the task to be in. Now, tasks are a student-owned and operated function. Teachers, advisors, and parents do not have the ability to add tasks for a student. These are really put in place for the student to take large assignments, things like projects for example, and break them down into bite-sized milestones for themselves. The task can then be clicked into to be edited and changed depending on how the student wants to handle that particular task. As tasks are completed, they'll get an automatic strike through that the student can see while they're viewing the assignment itself. And with that, that's the end of our video. We hope that you're excited for these updates, and again, if you have any feedback, please feel free to reach out. Either way, thank you again for watching, and have a good rest of your year. Bye.